So guys, today's Saturday. I'm actually feeling very calm and generally feeling good. Now this morning, something very strange happened. I woke up around 8 o'clock in the morning. It's kind of late for me, but I've been waking up so early this week that 8 o'clock was a luxury. But anyway, I went back to sleep after eight. So I woke up at 8 and I went to the toilet to take a piss. And when I walk out, I noticed that that jacket at that t-shirt, that shirt at the back was falling on the ground. So I turned on the lights, then I realized that TV was on the floor as well. Now I was very shocked, and and for a moment there, I was so fucking scared. I was scared that I was sleepwalking again, which had happened before. And another reason that I was really scared is because um, have you ever seen one of those scary movies, horror movies, where uh, the guy or the girl get possessed by a demon, the demon was chasing after them, and the demon was like smashing everything in the room or in the house. And that was a perfect example. The TV is fucking broken now because the screen is just broken, doesn't work anymore. So those were the two main reasons that I was very scared at that moment. But I took a deep breath and I gathered myself and I realized I probably was sleepwalking again. But the strange thing about this time was that I don't remember it because I remember in the previous episode where I was sleepwalking. I always woke up standing up, or just I always just woke up. I just woke up during the middle of my sleepwalking, and I realized, oh shit, why am I here? Why am I not in the bed? But this time, I was back in my bed, and I don't remember anything that happened between the time I went to sleep and the time I woke up. So that was very weird and kind of scary as well. But I'm not gonna think I'm possessed by some fucking demon or some stupid shit. Not really a superstitious kind of guy, but I think that it's probably best to not think about it that way, or you drive yourself crazy. Your mind could literally drive yourself crazy. I could become so fucking paranoid that I might become the next Annabelle or some shit. But yeah, that's for today. And I just stay home, kind of have a quiet day to myself today because it's been a long week, and plus the weather outside is so fucking crap. It was so cold outside and raining. I heard there was a thunderstorm coming. Probably already came anyway. But I'm hoping tomorrow the weather's good so I could go out for a bit and go to the gym and go on a date. Now I've been meaning to meet up with this other guy from RSD. I feel like he's a more party kind of guy. But he's been in the game for a year and a half, which means he must be reasonably quite good. He told me he's between beginner and intermediate, and that sounds about right. A year and a half, yeah. And he told me he got into mystery method before, and that screwed him up. And I can totally understand. I mean, back in the days with the mystery method, it's all about hiding your intention and kind of tell stories with canned routines and all that stuff. It's never used to be telling be real or how you feel. It was never like that. It was about telling cool stories, showing you have high value, and kind of tease the girl to bring her value down. But now we're in a very I guess, a healthy place where we just express how we feel genuinely, and we don't feel the need to bring the other person down, because again, that's just with the assumption that you assume they're up there and you are down here. I think this applies to both guys and girls. Probably more for guys than girls, since our society places girls, most girls, on such a high pedestal. I won't say most girls, place sex on such a high pedestal that guys gradually forget how to become masculine again. Now, with the movement with feminism, now I have nothing against feminism. I think it's great that girls should be paid the same as guys in workplace, and they should be treated with respect wherever they go. But I think some girls took it too far, and I think that guys are not allowed to be dominant anymore. And that's just wrong. I mean, it's in our nature for guys to be dominant, and it's in girls' nature to be more feminine and more submissive in a relationship. I say that in a relationship, not necessarily in a workplace. Because, I mean, if you look back 1,000 years ago, or even a couple 100 years ago, I mean, it's not even that long ago where women were treated like, you know, below men everywhere they go. And that's fucking terrible. That's pretty bad. I mean, if I was a woman back in the day, I'll be so pissed at the injustice of the social system. But now I think we're better than that in at least most Western countries. Although there was still, although in some of the older traditional societies, girls are still treated with less respect than men. But if you look at those traditional societies, the guys in those places, in those environments, they behave more dominantly. They behave more like a man than a Western guy. A Western guy would be more. Now, a typical Western guy these days would be more submissive to a girl. They would be afraid to say what they want, and that's often the case when you see guys going out. You will see them reacting to girls that you just kind of, ugh, I can't believe you place so much value on someone you don't even know. But again, that's just the difference between now and then, and in certain places. I heard in Scandinavia, or in Scandinavian countries like Ukraine and Russia and the countries around that area. Now, guys in those countries, they are very dominant, they're very aggressive. And the women in those countries, they are more submissive. But at the same time, they know how they only pick guys who are dominant and know how to get what they want in a respectful way, of course. Now, of course, male aggressiveness comes with its own disadvantage. The only reason our society tries to control male dominance is because when it's out of control, it's very violent. Just look at the war that's going on in the Middle East. I mean, in those traditional Muslim countries and you can see this clearly, where women don't even get treated with respect. They get treated like literally whores, like a property, someone you own, rather than a real human being. You can see that violence is getting out of hand. Of course, there are a lot of other factors that comes into play, and you don't have to agree with everything I say. I mean, this is just like bro theory, probably with a bit of truth in there. Who knows? But I think with male aggressiveness that's out of control, it could be a very bad thing for humankind and for the world and the overall consciousness. Now, in the book Power versus Force, the author talk about the overall consciousness of the entire human race. And it says that even though the majority of the population is calibrated below 200, which is like pretty bad. It's like below the requirement below, like you need to have your consciousness about 200 in order to be happy and living a upward spiral. If you're below 200, you're stuck with like anger, jealousy, and just basically stuck with your ego, and you're just in this downward spiral where shit just keeps going down and down and down. Now, the author says that the majority of the human race is below 200, and for a person in their lifetime, they could raise their consciousness by 2 or 3 points. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot because the scale is in a log. It's in a log scale. So, like every 1 point, you increase by power of 10 or something like that. So it's quite a lot when you can increase your consciousness by 1 point. But there are a few people who calibrated at 600, which is like the level of unconditional love. People like Gandhi, people like anyone who is pretty famous for doing great work for the sake of humanity, for the sake of love. And at the level of 1,000, there's like 2 or 3 people in this world who calibrated at 1,000. I don't know how much Dalai Lama is calibrated at, but I would assume it's quite high. Now, I love spirituality because it's something that I would never consider as a way to happiness before I got into game. I know that people learn game initially because of girls. Like girls, it's like those little carrots dangling in front of you to come to like lure you in to learn game. But after a couple of months and a few months in, you realize shit. This stuff is more than just girls. This stuff is like learning how to just not rely on girls to be happy. It's so much more than that. Yeah, I was watching Tyler's Snapchat, and if you don't know who he is the co-founder of Real Social Dynamics, and I think his Snapchat is owned himself. I was watching his Snapchat, and he was in Las Vegas. Now I want to go to Las Vegas one day when I have enough money. I definitely wouldn't go there for backpacking because it would still be fun, but it would not be that fun because Las Vegas is like a very very luxurious place where people go there to spend money. And if you don't have money, I don't know why you would go to Las Vegas. Anyway, he was in this golf club. It's called Top Golf. And I saw a Snapchat. I'm like, fuck. That place is fucking amazing. It's like a driving range where you can play golf. Now, I love playing golf before. Golf is very fun, I think. If you know how to play, golf is super fun. Anyway, it's a driving range where there's like a fucking huge ass TV screen at the end of the driving range. So when you play golf, you can watch TV at the same time in a fucking big screen right in front of you. Now, at night, that place is like a freaking nightclub. Like, the grass will be shining with lights and shit. It looks like a dance floor. And there's a swimming pool behind you as well. And you can go swimming at night. It's basically a nightclub where you can play golf. Now, whoever came up with that idea, it's fucking amazing. I think Top Golf is like an international chain, maybe just in the States. I hope they bring it to New Zealand, even though I know they won't, because I honestly, we already have so many golf courses here, and they're all pretty good, even though not as luxurious or amazing as Top Golf. I feel like Top Golf is more for rich guys who not only want to play golf, it's also for status. I feel like that place is filled with status. People who go there want other people to see them going there, and they'd be like, "Huh, so we're the rich crowd, and this is where we go to play golf." Now I don't know how much it costs to get in there, but I would assume it won't be that cheap. It's probably the same everywhere in Vegas. Although I bet there are ghetto parts of Vegas where you can get very cheap hotels, cheap drugs, cheap whores, cheap prostitutes, cheap church we can get married at. But that's the same for everywhere in this world. Anyway, I think that's it for today. See you next time.